Hello and welcome to the Kaabo Mantis 8 range test and update. I haven't put a ton of miles on this so far, 35 kilometers, whatever that is in miles, but I've actually really been liking it. So let's start in this range test and I'll talk a little bit about the scooter. Okay, so the range test is going to be, it's going to be dual motor, turbo mode, gear 3 riding, so maximum speed, and then the default P settings that it comes at. So we're just going to be going flat out on the throttle the whole time, and we'll see what the minimum range this thing can get is. To be honest, I don't have huge expectations. Riding this, I don't think that the range is one of its strong suits. But that being said, I really do like this scooter. I know I mentioned in the first impressions video that, man, it's windy. I mentioned in the first impressions video that I typically use my S2 Pro or the Titan to go run errands, but I've been using this scooter almost exclusively. I also have a little confession. I didn't know until I was editing the video for the first impressions that this thing has tubeless pneumatic. That's why I had to put the annotation in while I was editing. Oh. I just assumed these are tube tires, so that's actually a huge thing as far as not being concerned about range capabilities and such. Or I mean, not range capabilities, about like getting flat tires and stuff. They've been doing really well. You'll also notice that this is a different neighborhood than you usually see on my range tests, and that's because if you haven't been following or seen any of my Instagram or community posts, I actually moved, so I'm in a new neighborhood, so there's lots of new scenery, new places to go, so I'm actually not super familiar with the area, so I'm just kind of gonna ride and we'll see what kind of range this thing gets. I would have put more miles on it by now, but just because of you know, moving, and we didn't move super far away, so we've been slowly moving everything over since we still technically have our old place. Let's see. Let's go. This is also a good opportunity to kind of explore this area. Oh, well, look, now there's no wind. Not going into the wind anymore. So obviously I started this range test with a full battery, charged it, light was green, everything's full, and I'm tracking the range and the top speed and stuff through my normal app. Whoa, look at these. Lots of like townhomes and condos up here. That's like the hot thing to do in Utah, to live in a townhome. So many of them. Holy moly. They don't look bad, they're just so many of them. They're just like, feels so sterile. Nothing has its own personality. I mean, I'm one to talk. I'm living in a very similar complex, but just as far as the eye can see, 2-car garages are nice though. I only have the 1-car garage out at our new place, which was always the intention, so that I could have the garage for the channel. Have a nice place to shoot video out of and store all the scooters and stuff. Here's some houses. Small, well, 2-story. They look like they're decent size. They're just very narrow. No backyards. I don't know why Utah really doesn't have backyards. Or maybe it's just all the areas we've looked at. To be honest, I'm enjoying this scooter so much more than like the Titan, and I don't know, it just feels better. I feel less nervous about it because it's nice and low to the ground. That's the biggest issue I had with the Titan. It wasn't that like it didn't have great suspension. It was the not great suspension combined with high off the ground. That's like it's a big issue, you know, if you're that high off the ground and then you don't have nice big cushy suspension. The scooter's nice and low, so hitting bumps doesn't feel sketchy. Even though honestly this doesn't have much more suspension than the Titan. Oh, what's this? Is this an actual trail? See, I'm exploring and finding new things. I don't know, I think this Mantis is really turning me around on my feelings about Kaabo, because man, that old Mantis gave me so many issues. The only thing, like I said, is I just don't think, let me see, I don't think this is, the range on this is going to be amazing. I actually think it's going to be quite poor, but maybe it'll surprise me. Ooh, okay. I did not know it goes to dirt. Dang it. I was like, wait, is that a trail over there? Should I do this? All right. I guess this is, here's the actual off-road test. Oh, this isn't bad. Light off-roading is okay so far. Oh, no, okay. I thought this connected up with that path over there, but I guess not. Well, there you go. There's your off-road test. He's got a little scooter. I don't know what that is. That's funny. I still haven't changed the speedometer to miles per hour, so if you can see that, that is not 44 miles an hour, that's 44 kilometers an hour. You have to slow down for bumps like that. You can't just plow through them like you can with some scooters. Not quite enough suspension. But then again, you're not getting this for the amazing suspension. You're getting this because, you know, you're compromising on things like suspension and probably range to have a fun, you know, it's a fun scooter to scoot around with recreationally, or it's actually a really decent, it seems like it would actually be a decent commuter because the tubeless tires lend themselves to less flats, less to worry about. It's a reasonable weight, and I think if you have a shorter commute, then I had a feeling she wasn't going to stop for me, so I didn't go. If you have a shorter commute or can charge at work, then it's probably great. Or are you willing to go in single motor mode? I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Oh, there's a nice trail here. Okay. I wasn't sure if this highway up here had a trail or if I'd have to sit in the bike lane. Speed limit's a little higher, so sitting in the bike lane's a little sketchy. Some big houses up on the hill up there. It does go at a really good pace. This is such a good speed for a scooter. I think a lot of people buy entry-level scooters for, you know, $500 to $800 that do, you know, 15 to 20 miles an hour. And those are great, but I think most people end up wanting something a little faster. And I think it's more cost efficient to spend closer to $1,000 or $1,100 and get a scooter that does a faster speed like this, because it's something that if you're not comfortable with the higher speeds right away, you can work up into it, and then you aren't left wanting, but you also won't have to spend $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 right off the bat. And then, you know, a year or two down the line, if the scooter, well, I don't know if it breaks or if you're ready for an upgrade, then you can look at something more expensive that you're more willing to spend the money on because you're comfortable on scooters and you know you like them, and etc., etc. Let's see, let's go down. A little sketchy. You don't want to get bombing these too hard. I'll have to take a look around and see what trails I have near to me that I can regularly ride. See if there's any, although that nice sidewalk up on that, I don't know what to call it, highway, byway, seems like a good option for longer rides. Scenery High School. Oh, okay, I see. It's like driving. Oh, they have like a driving school. I was like, dang, people drove this so much that they have, that they have like track marks. But no, it's a driving school. That's cool. Oh my gosh, it's finally dying.
So, I was incredibly surprised at how far and long I was able to go on this scooter. I'd expected 8 or 10 miles of range on max settings given the smaller size of the scooter, but ended up getting almost 18 miles and was out on the scooter for over an hour. The Mantis 8 again surprised me and gave me another reason to like and recommend it. If you want to pick one up yourself, you can do that at the link below. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out the Mantis 8 First Impressions video, which I'll link down below and right now. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.